Okay, let's dive right in. We're doing a deep dive into a really volatile 10-day forecast. We're looking at November 18th to the 27th, 2025.
Yeah, and what makes this period so crucial is the collision.
The synchronization. You have this chain reaction of three major hazard clusters.
And all of it leads up to a severe winter storm hitting, the absolute peak of the U.S. Thanksgiving travel window.
It's a critical forecast for anyone planning to go anywhere.
Right. So we have to start with the immediate threat. We're talking November 18th and 19th.
And that's the big system hitting California.
Exactly. A massive atmospheric river, an AR. It's essentially a pipeline of tropical moisture just slamming into the coast.
So we're talking about a serious West Coast flood risk right out of the gate. What are the specifics?
The acute risk is flash flooding and dangerous landslides. The NWS is flagging some exceptional vulnerability over recent burn scars.
Oh, wow. So places like the LA Basin and those steep transverse ranges?
Oh, those mountains just north of Los Angeles, yeah. And at the same time, this thing is dumping heavy, wet snow in the Sierra Nevada.
How much are we talking?
The forecast is for 6 to 12 inches, which is going to cause major headaches for travel corridors like I-80.
So that's the immediate damage report.
Yeah.
But what's the atmospheric blueprint? What makes the whole continent so volatile for 10 days straight?
It all comes down to one single massive feature. We call it the Alaskan block. Think of it as a huge, stagnant dome of high pressure just stalled out over Alaska. It basically acts like an atmospheric wall.
And that forces the jet stream to buckle around it.
Dramatically.
Wow.
And that buckling is the proximate cause for everything. The AR hitting California.
And for the severe weather and the Arctic cold later on.
All three. And what's fascinating is that this pattern isn't just random.
Right. There are planetary factors fueling this.
Absolutely. The pattern's reinforced by a weak La Nina. But the thing giving the system extra punch is a powerful tropical pulse we call the Madden-Julian Oscillation.
The MJO.
Right. And when that pulse moves into the Pacific, it injects a ton of extra energy. Historically, that sets the stage for deep storm troughs and cold air outbreaks across the U.S.
So that tropical pulse sets up System 1, the midweek problem.
We transition really quickly from California moisture to a severe weather outbreak moving through the south-central U.S.
So a total hazard shift around the 19th to the 21st.
We go straight to convective severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center sees a clear increase in potential for damaging winds, large hail,
And even tornadoes.
and possible tornadoes, yes. They've noted a specific weather impact alert for central Texas on Thursday, November 20th. That's the first punch.
And this is where it gets incredibly complicated for holiday travelers. System 2, the high-impact Arctic outbreak.
It arrives right before Thanksgiving, around the 24th.
So that Alaskan block, which guided the first storm, it then becomes what?
It becomes a slingshot. That's the perfect analogy. It allows this extremely frigid Siberian air and Arctic air masses to just plunge southward.
So we're talking heavy snow and temperatures way below normal. U.S. plains, upper Mississippi Valley, the Great Lakes.
And this really brings up the critical question of timing. This is not just a storm.
It's a paralyzing winter storm colliding head-on with maximum travel volume.
Precisely. The official NWS forecast places the onset of this storm, System 2, directly over the biggest U.S. Thanksgiving travel window. The potential for paralyzing delays along I-90 and I-80 is what makes this a national disruption event.
And for anyone traveling through the south, say the lower Mississippi and Tennessee valleys, the danger is compounded.
It is. You've got a compounded flood risk. The basins are primed and saturated by the heavy rain from System 1.
And then System 2 arrives with even more persistent heavy rain.
It's a textbook setup for widespread, serious regional flooding.
So it's truly a dramatic 1-2 punch for this center of the country. Severe storms followed immediately by a massive Arctic blizzard.
All dictated by that one stubborn feature over Alaska.
Okay, so let's connect this back to the start. We began on the Pacific coast. If we think about that, what does this volatility mean for somewhere like British Columbia?
Well, the BC forecast perfectly underscores how volatile this is. It starts with high elevation snow and saturated low elevation ground from that initial AR system.
Okay.
But by the time that Siberian air arrives, the forecast dramatically shifts to a severe threat of low elevation snow.
Right in Vancouver.
Right in Vancouver. So this massive, sudden transition from flooding rain to a deep freeze, all dictated by the Alaskan block, it tells you everything you need to know.
You have to be prepared for two completely different climate risks.
All within the same week.